Well, golly gee willikers, guys. This is Rusty coming at you, and we're taking a peek at a case tribal lock. Now, I shot this video when I was out on my hike, and just wasn't satisfied with it. Lately, I've been spending a little more time shooting the videos, and I just don't like to shoot them inside. So I may or may not include a link to the original video in the description. But you didn't come here to listen about my woes. Let's talk about the case tribal lock. So the tribal lock is a popular pattern, and it's designed by Tony Bose, and therefore we have the TB61201, and oh man, whatever's on the, is that 201OL or 0L SS? We have the case, I want to say from the 2010 to the 2020 tank stamp with one dot. That should put this in line with 2019. And that's right in at the line with these tribal locks. It was a collaboration between Case and Tony Bose. It started in 2017, and I don't know when it ended. I know Tony died in November of 2020. So he's been gone now for 4 years. And if you don't know Tony, he was a custom knife maker, and he had over 20 collaborations with Case. If you stick around to the end of the video, I'll show you a couple more you may or may not know were his. I got mine in antique bone. I got it off of eBay, and the seller had horrible pictures and had it as a buy it now price of $75. Well, when you can find this knife for $70, you should damn near buy it, no matter the condition. After I got it, it was beat up here, and it just takes some case paste and shine it up. I'm just happy I don't have any cracks or chips, any heavy duty corrosion. In fact, I didn't see really any corrosion at all. And this is the problem with shooting indoors here. Just trying to get the doggone blade to focus. But I don't blame the camera for not focusing on that. That is a mirror finish. And I'd say it still has the factory edge. I want to talk to you about the grind. You'll notice on these grinds here, it's kind of what Case would call a new grind. In the 80s, Case did a grind. We'll go ahead and get out one of the comparison knives. Before I do, I want to talk about the Antique Bone series came with what they call fluted bolsters. And I don't know what that is. Is that this part or is that this part? I call this ringed or lined or threaded bolsters. But maybe it's a pinch. So go ahead and drop in the comment if you have any feedback on that. But here's a more traditional case grind. It just goes straight up and doesn't have this curvature coming into the blade there. We'll talk about the blade a little bit more. This is a blade etch, and this should come to us from the year 2024. It's a large copper lock out of the natural bone stars and stripes. So these knives are pretty similar in a lot of ways. We have two different positions that you have to use. They're both, as you can see, about the same size, but this one lets you move up if you want. We got a little position there, and just a whole variety, and it thickens out towards this end. So it fills the palm a little better right there. So, but overall, they're single bladed. They're going to be slim. So if you like this one, you'll probably love this one. I don't have the clip point copper lock. So we're going to go ahead and take a trip down memory lane and little Easter egg. If you guys followed me, I would have released a video on this earlier this year. This is a Remington bullet knife out of 1984. It is in Delrin. That's jigged Delrin. This was made by Camillus under the authorization of Remington. It's the R1303, again 1984, should have 440 stainless steel and the Remington trademark here. We can see that. And then the Remington made in the USA. And we'll kind of get that out there. A little bit bigger knife. We'll do some comparisons here. This is, I did want to talk about Tony's. We'll talk about that in a second. So this is a clip point versus this spear point, a satin finish versus the mirror finish. And how do they compare? All right. So this one is, it fills the hand a little bit more. It's a little bit chunkier. You got to watch out for these. These can have, they'll split right here around. So check both sides. Make sure your Delrin didn't crack right there. And one's in good condition. I paid $50 for this, but I got lucky. Sometimes people will ask $100 for them. And the thing is, they're not readily available. And you can still find tribal locks, but I've seen the going rate about 120. I've seen one. I think I've seen one for like $2,000. I don't know who's going to pay $2,000 for it, but I see some in the $200 and $300 range that, for whatever reason, aren't for sale anymore. Tony's dead. These are discontinued. So, you know, if you're a Case fan, that's part of something that the Case people like, is a little bit of a exclusive, you know what I mean. Hard to find, maybe. You just can't go out and get one. So yours is even that much more special. So we're just kind of comparing those. Yeah, I don't like the lock on this one as well. This maybe needs to be broken in. We don't care so much about the stamp or the snaps on these. These are lockbacks, but we always care a little bit. I think people do care about their blade centering. So, all right, well, let's do this. For those of you who are still with me, we're going to bring out a couple more Tony Bose patterns. And this is the swell center. And I do have a video out on this. I think this is from 2018. It's not a swell center. It's a sway back. And I just learned something. I've been collecting the Case dark red with peach seed jigging. And I do believe, you know, they have the same shield. And that's called the Case Traditions shield. And I think I had been calling it the lobed shield. This is in Cabernet, but here's where we get to talk about something Tony does. Do you see this false swedge right here? It's just this, you can barely even tell that it's there. When you look at this, but it makes that knife just really kind of cool, the way it reaches out there. So this is the sway back, and this is very much a smaller knife, just a fifth pocket type of a knife, but then that same swedging, doggone, I don't know, it's there. You can see that. And it makes this knife, it almost looks like it's like a diving or something. It's pretty cool. We'll bring up one left. Many of you know Tony did the sow belly. And we'll have to see if we can get this model number. Stainless steel. Where are we going to find that? We'll look for it here in a bit. But you do see just what he does is he takes his blades, and we got this top swedge, just the little things, if you will. Over here we have again this swedge. They're like these hidden, but they are super duper cool. This is in crimson bone, and you could have got these off of Shepherd Hills for like 69 bucks. So let's see, got a little more swedging right there. Where are we hiding the model number? There we go. TB6339SS, USA. And I had one of these, and I do have one of these in the peanut butter and jelly. And this is how mine came here. My peanut butter and jelly was very, very messy here. This is acceptable. So maybe case, you know, I sent mine back and they had to redo it. And maybe they didn't like the extra work. So you guys can thank Rusty for making sure Case is putting them out up to snuff, right? They did that for me. That's about all. I hope this video comes through. It looks a little blurry to me. The light's too bright, but hey, thanks for joining me, and we'll chat with you later.